Monkeys, how you doing? Damien Keys here. So Eminem is back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
With his new album, Revival, which hits the streets this week. But is it good? Or is it a pile of shit? So Eminem has been around since the 90s. 1999 is when he dropped his first album. And for a lot of you watching this, you probably weren't even born. But nearly 20 years later, and he's back with a new album. And he is teaming up with some of the biggest artists on the face of the planet. We are talking Ed Sheeran, we are talking Beyonce, we're talking Pink, we're talking Alicia Keys, we are talking even teaming up with the massive producer Rick Rubin. This is an all-star cast, but does that mean it's gonna sell? And does that mean it's any good? So this week I was invited to an event in London to do a talk. And whilst I was there, something happened that happens on pretty much every one of my talks. Someone will say this, yeah, but Damien, it's all about the song. That's the key. These social media strategies and distribution strategies and how you build your audience is one thing, but surely it's just all about the song. Well, I've got news for you. That's the old days. And that is not the case anymore. And I know a lot of people are now going, ugh! And that's controversial and it's going to be shaking a lot of tail feathers. But we live in a different time and everyone harps on to the old days. It's all about the song. And yes, the better quality song, the better. I'm not going to deny that. But if that's the case, then why, oh why, is the biggest song on YouTube, It's Everyday Bro?
It's Everyday Bro with the Disney Channel flow.
By Jake Paul, who's not even in the music industry. So in my opinion, Eminem hasn't released a good track since 2005 when he released Curtain Call, which was practically a best of. Since then, he's had 4 more albums and each one of them has had plenty of traction. Some of them on Spotify have had 150, 200 million views per track. This new one, he's coming out fighting because he knows the power of a collab. So the biggest track so far after a couple of days download on Spotify is the new single Walk on Water by Beyonce. Is it an amazing song? No, it's just not. It's got a really nice hook from Beyonce, but other than that, most of it is an Eminem doing what he would probably say was clumsy rapping 10, 15 years ago. It doesn't sit right. The beats are okay, but it's not an amazing, well-structured song. It's just got one nice hook from Beyonce. You fast forward to the Ed Sheeran track, and what we've got is the same thing. We've got amazingly talented artists papering over the cracks of the songs aren't very, very good. But is it going to be a massive hit? You better believe it is, because Ed Sheeran makes that happen and Beyonce will make that happen. And we live in a time now where attention is everything and getting in front of people is what it's all about, because then they're going to say, I'll go and check out that Eminem album. So I don't want to be another guy just dissing Eminem's album. He's sold a lot more albums than I have. He's a very successful artist. But I want to look at what we can learn as musicians and artists for this album. And when people say to me, no, that's fine, but this is all about the song, this is the example where I can say, no, it isn't. It's 2018 practically. What this is about momentum. This is about PR. This is about marketing. This is about everything on top of the song. And I know a lot of musicians aren't going to like that, but it's about the whole thing, the big package, because you are now in control. And when Ed Sheeran walks into a supermarket and there's someone busking and he joins in, he knows he is going to get millions of views off YouTube, off someone's phone for recording it. That is PR, it's spin, it's smart. Eminem has made an album and he's done it 3 times since the best of, which hasn't really had the same traction as what he wanted. This time he's coming back fighting and he's using today's techniques to get in people's faces. And let's face it, it's smart. The other thing he's done is attack Donald Trump, which is dangerous for 2 reasons. Number 1, because Donald Trump's a loony and might kill him. But secondly, because a lot of his fan base come from that kind of redneck America. So he's actually alienating a lot of his fans. Very, very dangerous, but this is a massive political hot potato. And he's jumped straight into the middle of this shitstorm. And so people are talking. And if people are talking, people are listening. And if people are listening, they're watching. And that is where we are getting traction, and that's where artists make their money, from people watching their YouTube, from listening to their Spotify, and then from there, going and seeing them on tour. So in summary, what do I think of the album? Well, I don't think it's amazing. I think it's been papered over the cracks by some amazing artists that will give it the leverage. But is it full of great songs? No. Will it be successful? Yes. What I'm interested in is I'm interested in consumption. I'm interested and I'm fascinated with the end person who's watching and consuming this stuff and how we can learn this. And I know it should be about the music, but it isn't. So stop harping on to Pink Floyd in 1969. This is 2018 coming up right now. This is where the music industry is at, and this album goes to show that collabing is the strongest way for you to build your audience and to get your message out there. And yes, you might not be able to collab with Ed Sheeran or Beyonce, but you can collab with people. And even the guy down the pub who's a gobshite, who will still be there saying, oh, I did this thing the other day, go get your phone out, go on YouTube and check me out, is still getting people to hear about what you do. This is about getting your music in front of other people. And this Eminem album might not be good, but the actual business behind it is a masterclass on how you PR yourself to get to #1. So go and check it out for yourself. Go and check out his new album, see what you think, but try and think of the positives. What can we learn from this rather than just saying it's shit? Because there's elements of it which are world class, and that is probably not the music. Cheers guys, so smash that subscribe button and hit like and send some comments down below. I want to know what you think. Tell me if I'm being an idiot, tell me if I'm wrong. And let's have a debate about this. But I make videos every single day, so if you're a musician and you're needing help, then you need to get in contact with me and let's start thinking about your career and how we can take this forward. Cheers guys, see you tomorrow.